a year and a bit ago, I released this video, which ended in this. Which is solely responsible for the fact that Blizzard now went ahead and remade all of Tier 2. Yep. No. But you best believe that I'm excited about it, so I'm gonna review them all. Starting with Mage. Excellent. Very faithful. One difference, gloves, has like a little 3D thing on it. Well, I guess it's there in the original, sort of. On the remake here, it does feel a little bit like, you know, they stayed loyal to the comic book character design kind of thing. A little bit, I don't know, a little strange, but it works. It's good. The remake is excellent. It's very, very faithful. But it's, I don't know where it goes. I'm gonna be rating this based on the job that the artist did, but also like how good does the set look. I don't know. I don't really have criteria that I defined that well. It goes in C. It goes in C. That doesn't mean that it's bad, by the way. Like, some things are gonna have to go low on the list, but it doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that compared to the other ones, they're bad. But we're talking about Tier 2. Second set, Wrath, which, holy fucking shit. This is so good. This one is so good. One gripe I have, which is pretty minor, okay? It's not big. The skull on his shoulder looks a little bit cartoony. Not very threatening. Kind of works for the art style, especially because it's like, you know, 2004 WoW, so it's, yeah. But that's very, very nitpicky, okay? This is an incredible remake. Although I am correctly biased in favor of Alliance. I'm gonna show it on a Tauren. This thing coming at you. Filth. Wrath is gonna have to go... Bit early for an S tier, isn't it? Let's put it in A for now. Although, okay, A. Then it's time. Feminine Salamander Man, as I once called him, to the displeasure of some people in the comment section. Evoker. I'm not the biggest fan of Evokers. I think that aesthetically they look like a Scaly. But if, God forbid, they had been in a game in vanilla, this is definitely what their Blackwing Lair set could have looked like. Like, this is excellent. A little bit Eye of Sauron vibes up there, which I'll take it. It just feels like a classic, it feels like a Blackwing Lair set, you know what I mean? I'm very happy with it. Which means Evoker goes in B tier. Yeah. Oh, by the way, yes, I once more have a camera. Took a while. Last one broke. I bought it, and a month before the 1-year warranty expired, it retired itself. And it is not cheap to get a camera, but I managed to replace it. So, hi. Nice to see you again. Next set, Druid. Oh my god. I tweeted about it when they first announced it. This is so good. The antlers, like everything, I always loved this set. I always thought it was one of the coolest. I do think that the original even is one of the coolest tier sets in the game. This remake, the leaves and everything like here, it's the use of the 3D, the gloves, like it's super faithful. Like they completely did what the original is. Let me pull up the original. Storm Rage, wow. Oh no, this is gonna... WoW Tier 2. It's so faithful to the original. Like I think everything. This is gonna be the second one I get after I get Judgement. Like, hands down. That's a easy S tier. Right up there, buddy. Hunter. Now, my criteria for judging this is a combination between the original set, just how cool it looks, and how well the artist did. The artist did an incredible job, okay? However, okay, Dragonstalker was supposed to be one of those hunter sets that's like, you know, hunter wearing the spoils of his hunts. And I think that instead it just ends up looking like dad volunteered to be the dragon in his kid's school play. Because it just looks a little bit, you know, a little bit goofy, just a little bit. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Again, I think the artist did an incredible job. I think that the gloves here really works. The head is like really well done as well. I guess it's not supposed to be the spoils of his hunt, because I don't think this is supposed to be a real dragon head. Pretty unconvincing if it is. I think if you like Dragonstalker, you're gonna love this, but you probably don't like Dragonstalker that much, because most people don't. I'm gonna put this in C tier. Yeah. And then Monk. Like, this is so good. I don't know if it feels that connected to Blackwing Lair. Maybe, because it's got like... Is that a dragon thing? No. It looks like a tail that ends in another tail. But wow. This is incredible. I like the belt. I like that it's a full like rope that goes all the way around. I really am a fan of the fact that Blizzard is doing more like that 3D stuff. I think that this like little armor plate is also probably a part of the belt. I'm thinking. Must be. All around, very good. Very good set. I'm very like, I'm impressed. Good job, Blizzard. That's an A tier. Yeah, definitely. Which brings us to Priest. Now, his ear is missing. I don't know this, but I assume that's not a part of the set. I assume that's not what happens. I do think it's a very good set. I like it a lot. I think the original is very cool. And I think the remake is very well done. I like the fact that it's got the little 3D things in the gloves here, which works very well. It's got a little heart, actually. And that's adorable. Okay. C tier or D tier? I'm having a bit of difficulty because I don't think anything is gonna end up going in these bottom tiers, but it would have to. I'll put this in C and I'll move Mage down to D because Transcendence looks better than Neverwind. Which brings us to Bloodfang. Okay. This is about to be controversial. I am two-sided on this remake. I feel like it's gonna be pretty popular with everybody. And don't get me wrong, I love it. Like, Bloodfang is one of the best looking sets in the whole game. I think that the artist did an incredible job still. It looks really good. But there's some things in this set, some things in the remake, that I feel like could have been done a bit better. There's some things in the design that I feel like could have been utilized a bit more in the remake. If we look at the original, the colors are a bit different. They're darker, dangerous, a bit more menacing. The moving away from this kind of dark brownish to a more grayish, neutral tone, sort of a bit lighter, I think it takes away from the set a little bit. I do like the shoulders, but I feel like Bloodfang could have been more with a bit of reimagining. Not even reimagining, but like drawing on the original elements better. One thing about Bloodfang is, for example, which is weird, the back and the front don't really match. It has like this red sort of like drape over the back, which on the front is, I don't know what happens halfway through. I feel like it's just a hard cutoff for some reason. I don't know, like maybe they're done by different people. I don't know. Someone did the front, someone did the back. I feel like doing something with like some cloth going over the front and that sort of continuing over into the hood and maybe making the hood a little bit more menacing than this. Here, it just sort of, I'm not even sure what comes over what. It doesn't feel like the thing that could have been the color of the set, like the sort of hang like this. It doesn't feel like it's hanging over anything. Like the metal that you actually see underneath here, it looks like it sticks forward over it. I don't know. I'm probably extra nitpicky. I mean, I'm definitely extra nitpicky. I'm not saying I would have pulled off anything better. Definitely not. I never, you'll never hear me say that I do better than the Blizzard artists. Never. Because I don't. It's still really cool. I'm still stoked that it's a thing. It looks incredible still. It's Bloodfang. And because of that, okay, A tier or B tier? A tier, it's Bloodfang. I'm weak. And then, my friends, it is time. Judgement. First of all, let me just get this out of the way. It was controversial. I don't think it should have been. I understand kind of why. I see what people were saying, but I think that on the original shot that Blizzard released, it actually just didn't do it justice. I feel like they showed it from an angle that just kind of, I don't know, it messed up the shape a little bit. I think that actually looking at the set, it looks way better than that initial promotional image that they showed. And I alluded to this in my previous video. Some elements that were original ideas for me, they actually did as well. I'm not saying that I inspired them, because probably not. I'm not that special. But first element, this little wing that you see here on the glove, I think that's supposed to just be like embroidery or something like that on the original. And I figured, you know what? It's way more fun to actually make that 3D. So that's what mine are like. You're right there. I made them 3D. Oh, and guess what? Ooh. Wait, let me find the right tab. Ooh. Blizzard did it too. Yeah. They did the same thing that I did. Because great minds think alike. And because it was maybe not that original of an idea, but still cool. Shoulders. The positioning of those ribbons, I changed compared to the original, because in the original, they're like this. 4 kind of like in a square formation. I figured, hey, that looks like a nightmare to make. I'm gonna change the positioning. So I made them kind of in a row like this. And so did Blizzard. Same positioning. There's some differences. Like the little bit like underneath the shoulder, that sort of second layer of shoulder plate, mine sticks out more, and that's where mine sit. Whereas Blizzard did stick it to the chest piece, I see that, but still, you know, it's a little bit of an element that looks the same as mine. Again, I'm not saying that any of my things inspired them, because probably not, but I still think that's cool. There was some controversy about the head as well. People didn't like that the eyes were blue. I think that the eyes are blue in the original. Slightly blue. Very slightly blue. Okay, not that blue. Pretty white. I do think that they're a bit too slanted. I do think... I mean, I see it. I think that the head is a little bit too... maybe cartoony. I feel like it's not that scary because of it. It just doesn't feel that serious. So I agree with that criticism, but I do still think they did an incredible job. I think that this looks so good. I almost feel like the helmet might be a little bit of a nod to... where is it? This is Shem Dawson, who is a Blizzard artist, actually. He is legit. Like, he's an incredible artist. He did this Judgement remake, like, way before I did mine. And the helmet feels a little bit like this might be a nod to it, almost. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's more exaggerated than the actual Blizzard one, but it kind of has this sort of slanted angle, more like a bulging mask, so I don't know. It feels like... I say I don't know too much. It feels like that could have been what it's sort of inspired by. I don't know. All in all, Judgement. It's gonna have to go in S tier. I'm sorry. I know there's gonna be people who shit on me, especially after Fang went in A tier, but I don't know. It's gonna have to. It's Judgement. Come on. Come on. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Now for something else. 10 Storms. I think that 10 Storms is one of the coolest Shaman sets in the game. This remake, I have some thoughts about. This is going to be subjective. All my remarks, because objectively, the artist did an incredible job and way better than I could have done. Absolutely. However, it feels a little bit more Dragonflight, if you know what I mean. It feels a bit less gritty. It doesn't feel... It has that kind of modern WoW vibe about it, especially the shape of that, like, the mouth of the wolf. It just has a bit of that soft thing about it, and some like it, some prefer the old kind of WoW vibe more, but it's good. One thing that I do want to kind of point out, this is what a lot of people said, the chains on the ropes here probably maybe should have been 3D. You could say, okay, but where are they going to originate, because they cannot attach it to the actual base collar. I feel like this little leather sort of cushioning that has on the side could have maybe been 3D, and then the chains could have been hidden behind it. But maybe making the chains 3D would have been very difficult for rigging, because it's going to animate and it's going to deform, has to fit in all these different races, so I get it. Maybe that was a lot to ask, but that's the one point that I think, okay. But overall, this is incredible. I love it. I think it does go D tier. Yeah. And that's when Blizzard hits you in the sack with something special. Hands down, this is one of the coolest Warlock sets in the game. It's so good. The original is so good. Like, it's... Nemesis is just, you know... It's that old school Blizzard magic. I don't know what to tell you. But this remake is incredible. So good. Just everything about it. Like this, it feels so much like the original as well. Look at this. Okay, that shouldn't be in a Night Elf. It's a little bit stupid. There we go. Look at that. That feels like the same set pulled out into 2024. Like, so good. This is why I play the game. It actually is at this point. I don't really actively play the game because I don't really have the time for it, unfortunately. Once I get all this set up and I soundproof my bedrooms, I can start streaming. I'll play WoW more, because then I can sort of multitask it. But this is why I play the game. I don't play the game, but I really like the art. And that's why this goes in... Okay, it's hard. A tier. Now for something that took me by surprise. Damn. This is... incredible. This is so good. This is everything I want a Death Knight set to be. It's a bit hard to see, but it's got these, it's got like a rope attached to it. The shoulders remind me a little bit of Relentless Gladiator, Death Knight. A little bit, faintly. I like the fact that it gets lighter towards the top. So looking at it, at least with a dark background, has a little bit this look of, like it's almost like a wraith, you know? Kind of hanging. It's got the crown, it's got the mask and everything, and the little Death Knight eyes. Out of the original sets that they added, I think Monk is really, really, really good. I think this is better. I think this is the best one. It gets an S tier from me. Where else? Now finally, Demon Hunter starting gear. Again, it really, really feels like a set that I've seen before. Nobody involved with this did a bad job. The artist making it did an incredible job. I think the concept artist came up with something cool as well. But it doesn't really grip me. I don't know. Let me open up WoW. I want to see this. I want to see this. I feel like we're looking at the same set. I feel like we're looking at starting gear. I'm not joking. Like, that's pretty similar. That's not that different. So this... Again, this tier list is relative. If something is low on the list, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that it's not as good as the rest. I'm sorry. I am actually sorry. Truly. But we don't have anything in E, so... It's because it's a Evoker. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bit of a different video. If you do want to see me do more of this kind of stuff, let me know down below. And maybe I can review stuff if a new patch comes out. Who knows? Thank you for watching. And bye. As always, thank you to Dinkeldork, Flora, and Wallace Vienna, as well as all of my other supporters. You guys are awesome. Oh, new videos coming. Stay tuned.